Yeah, hello, Dom here from Bitwig on the NAMM 2014, and I'm happy to announce that we are now releasing Bitwig Studio March 26.
Excellent, and you got a new logo.
Yeah, we got a new logo. So that's the artwork for the final version. I hope people like it. And yeah, besides the release date, we also have a price now, so it will be $399 US and 329 euros.
So what's changed? What's happened since last time we saw you?
Since last time we saw you, yeah, we finished all the last missing bits and pieces. I think you know the software now when you follow the development of it. What you might not know yet is the inspector on the left side that was not ready last year when we presented it on NAMM. So the inspector is basically object-based. You can click on a clip. See, let's take that instrument clip over here. You can see the notes, and as soon as you click on a clip, you have on the left side all the properties of the clip and the functions you can apply to it. I can show something really nice that also was not featured last year on NAMM. We have something called a histogram that some people might know from mathematics. I can see now how the velocity is spread across that track. You can put it into clip mode so that we only see that clip. Click on the bracket, and I see now I have selected 22 notes. If I open the velocity lane, I can see how the velocity looks like. Opening the histogram of it allows me to change them overall or to introduce chaos, which is really nice if you just programmed like a hi-hat pattern or whatever and you want to introduce some human feel to it. Really a nice way to work. That is available for velocity, for gain, for pan, for pitch, for timbre, and it's a really cool thing to do on clips.
And what about plugin integration? Where are we with that?
The plugin integration, we support VST on all three platforms, on Mac, on Windows and on Linux. And what we do is plugin sandboxing, which is more or less a term from computer security. You put a plugin into its own sandbox. It runs as its own process. If it crashes, it does not crash the host. You get a little window telling you this plugin crashed, and while the song is still running, you can reload that plugin and you can just continue to work and continue with your gig on stage.
So now you've got a release date, does that mean you've got to stop adding features?
Yeah, we stopped adding features several months ago, but sometimes you come across a low-hanging fruit, what we call it, and sometimes it's hard not to do it. But now, since a few months, it's only bug fixing, and now we are really at the last polishing phase. What you see here now is what you will get in March.
And we've got parity across all the platforms, yeah? It's going to be a simultaneous release, yeah?
Pardon?
Simultaneous release for all platforms?
Absolutely. It's not that we develop one version and then port it to different platforms. It's that we develop on all platforms at the same time. We have daily builds that are exactly the same on all three operating systems. So it's exactly the same thing on all three OSs.
And so will it be coming with any bundled content, that kind of instruments, that sort of stuff?
Yes, so we have over 50 plugins bundled with it. We have instruments, we have audio effects, we have something called containers that are different like meta plugins where you can bundle different instruments or effects into, for example, an XY pad. You can occupy all four corners with different instruments, play it, and morph between those sounds. You can do that with instruments as well as with effects. We have also samples in there. It will be around 3 or 4 gigabyte. It's not that we want to include like big orchestral libraries right from the start. It's more or less to show what it can do and to have a few bread and butter sounds. Those are handled with a nice package manager we have. So you can just open that up, see what is available from our server, select what you want to install, and then it installs that in the background.
And what about the online collaboration and stuff? Is that in this version or is that a later version?
No, that was announced for version 2.0, and yeah, in 2.0 there will be the online collaboration. Not only that, in 2.0 there will be the modular system available to the customers, which we are already using to build all our effects and instruments. So all the instruments you now get to know in 1.0 are open to you in 2.0, and you can just modify them, like opening your old analog synthesizer and taking out the soldering iron.
Great, okay. Is there anything else I need to know, or you've told me everything there is to know?
I could go on and on and on. There are so many little things that make your life easier. We have different snapping functions. What I really like is the relative snapping function. If you have a snare that is not directly on the beat, but you want to move that snare somewhere else, it just takes its offset into account and snaps there again. We have 3 different snap modes, and you can activate or deactivate them like you want.
Will there be customizable key commands in version 1?
There are no customizable key commands yet. We want to introduce that someday. At the moment, that's a fixed key command set. But what is really nice is we have the commander. If I hit Control-Enter, it opens the commander. And the commander window shows me, right at the moment where I press that key command, what functions are available to me. So it's kind of dynamic. I have a little window on top, a little search field, and I can narrow down what commands I want to see. Oops, it's an American keyboard. So on the right side it now shows me the key command for it, or I can even click just the command and it will execute it. What people might know already, we have a JavaScript API right inside of the software, so you can make your controller do what you want it to do. We have a big list. I can just open that one too. It comes with a little guide on how the API works, and it also comes with a full reference list that shows you what you can do from the scripting side. And nearly everything that is available in the user interface can also be modified by the JavaScript. And you can just, we took, for example, the Launchpad and made a step sequencer out of it, like the Roland TR style step sequences. We have an amazing script for the Nectar Panorama, which the Nectar Tech guys did. And you can even see the patch names of the synthesizers. You can change the presets. It goes so far that you can press one knob to create a clip. You can turn another knob to define the length of the clip and just record into that so that it feels more or less like a workstation. So it's all about the workflow, because if you're honest, nowadays you can just produce any album with any DAW out there. It's only about workflow, how quick you are and how do you like to work.
Thank you very much, Dominic.
You're welcome.